Well, hello, Miss Jamilly Whitfield. How are you?
Hello, Kimberly. I am super excited to be here.
I'm so excited that you are here. And hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Empowered Conversations. It is being brought to you by Podcast to Empower Academy and also the Sisters Connect podcast. And this is the time where we sit and have conversations with amazing women in the podcasting industry who talk about their journey in podcasting, and maybe they can drop some jewels to make your journey just a little bit easier so that you know that you're not the only one out there going through something, okay? Because we all
Mhm.
do. And today's guest is my friend Jamilly Whitfield. She's a licensed clinical social worker. She's also a mom, a wife, and career woman. And she has over 15 years of experience with trauma, abuse, and those types of issues with women. So she has been helping women get along in life and helping them in that journey. And also, she is the host of the Beauteous Me podcast. So, welcome,
Yes.
Jamilly.
Thank you so much, Kimberly, for having me here.
You
If
are
you guys don't know, I'm
welcome.
like a Kimberly geek fan. So
Oh, stop. You're trying to make
I'm
me feel
so
like
happy.
you're embarrassing me right now. No, but I am a fan of yours as well, Jamilly. Your podcast
Thank
is
you.
amazing. That's why you are here.
Thank you.
And you have evolved so much over such a short amount of time. And I just think that what you can tell, some of the women out there and some of the new podcasters out there can be so beneficial to them. So thank you. So I am a big geek fan of yours too. So let me just put that out there. All
Thank
right.
you.
So
Thank you.
you're welcome. So I want to start off with a few questions for you.
Mhm.
The first is just a basic question. Tell me a little bit about the podcast
Mhm.
and what inspired you to start Beauteous Me.
Absolutely. So I will tell you for 2 years before launching the podcast, I kept talking about, I want to launch a podcast. I want to launch a podcast. And then I'm part of like this women's empowerment group. And I
Mhm,
remember sitting there and people are talking about how many goals do we have that we never go through fruition. We're always
mhm,
saying, I want to do this, but we don't do it. And I sat there and I started thinking, like, I want to do a podcast, but I'm scared. And so as I was going through stuff at my job and the stressors, because the job is stressful, I had a moment where I buckled down and I was crying. I was crying in my kitchen. I was finding everything wrong. And my husband is like, "What is going on with you?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm just frustrated at work. And I did this. I know there's so much more to me." And he's like, "But you've talked about this podcast and you want to do it. Do it." And so
mhm,
for my birthday that year, he purchased me my mic, he purchased me the Zoom, and he was like, if you really want to do this, then I'm supporting you in your dream. And so it took a lot for me to let go of that fear. I had a lot of praying to do because you have imposter syndrome. Like, am I a
mhm,
podcaster? I'm a clinician, I'm a social worker.
mhm,
What am I doing? But I knew that there was a message that I wanted to get out there as a podcast listener myself to women to empower them in anything and everything that you're going through because we really get stuck on one set mind frame. We get stuck on what mothers experience, but mothers
mhm,
experience 500 different things. Women
mhm,
who are not mothers or women in general or young girls, young females, whatever age group, we go through so much in life,
mhm,
and they're pockets of what we experience. And I always say your experience is my experience, your story is
mhm,
my story. What you could have
mhm,
gone through in just that snippet of your life might be something that I'm going through right in the present moment. And so having these honest conversations, these genuine conversations where I use some of my humor, I even inject some of my own personal stories to make it really relatable and authentic. I don't prepare shows with questions. I'll jot down questions,
mhm,
here and there, but
mhm,
I like an organic
mhm,
and authentic
mhm,
conversation. And so the Beauteous Me name came about because I've always liked the word beautiful. And I always think about beautiful, 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 beautiful. And I'm like, what am I going to call my podcast? It can't be beautiful. That's a whack name. I'm like, well, let me look for other names with beautiful. And long and behold comes Beauteous Me. So I sat and I prayed on that too. And I was like, is this the name? And I wrote it on paper. I wrote it a few times. I put it, I put like my picture and I did like my own little Canva thing and I wrote Beauteous Me. And I was like, this is it. This defines beauty, inner and outer beauty. It's not just about the external and how you look, it's about the inside. It really, truly is. So that's where I came about my name and how I started the podcast. You got muted for some reason. Your microphone is mute. It shows mute on the screen. I can't hear you. You can hear me? It shows the little icon mute. Mm-mm. I hear background sound. You're muted back. Mm-mm. Okay, let me know if you hear me. I can't hear you though. Okay. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? You can't hear me? I can't hear you either. Let me go back out. Hi, I still can't hear you. Type it in the chat.